He was dragged into this war in Iran partly because the US has an obsession with Iran that goes back decades, and because Israel also has an obsession with Iran that goes back even longer. And they decided that they would negotiate with Iran on a new nuclear deal in the same way that Obama did. And this was hosted by Oman. The talks were apparently going well, and both sides said we're on the cusp of an agreement on a renewed nuclear deal. That would be one where there would be international inspection of sites and so on. And then Trump just ordered the bombers to go in, as did Israel. So they went in overnight and started bombing Tehran and bombing military targets all over Iran. And Trump, who is somebody that doesn't seem to have much attention to detail, announced Iran would be basically destroyed and surrendering within 24 hours. Well, it didn't happen. Iran fought back with cheaper but very powerful weapons. So the US spends a huge amount of money on a Tomahawk missile. Iran fights back with self-manufactured drones and some hypersonic missiles as well. And those hypersonic missiles have not just hit some targets in Israel, but they've been directed at US military establishments in the United Arab Emirates, in Bahrain, in Qatar, and so on, and Saudi Arabia, of course. And Trump is astonished by all this, then demanded the rest of the world help him open up the Strait of Hormuz. Nobody has joined in helping him on this. And indeed, the Iranians have allowed vessels for China, India, and some other countries to go through the Strait of Hormuz, but said that any that are destined for American-owned oil companies or for the USA or for Britain cannot go through. And so effectively, what Iran is doing is rationing oil for those countries that are taking part in the military activity against its country. Trump is actually shocked by the response and shocked by the impotence of the US forces against Iran. The Iranian people are taking a terrible toll from this. The bombardment of civilian targets is massive. The death toll is rising all the time. It's got to stop. There's got to be a ceasefire. And the US has got to pull out and just deal with Iran as you would with any other country. I'm not here to defend the Iranian government or any other government. I'm here to speak up for the Iranian people who do not deserve this.
Relentless pressure the community's been put under there.
There's a big Iranian diaspora community in Europe and indeed in my own community in London, and they have different takes on it. Some are very, very hostile to the Islamic Republic and the regime that it has. Others are more sympathetic, but none, absolutely none of them, want this war and this bombardment to carry on. They might want changes in Iran, but those changes are not going to come from the US bombers taking off from Britain and bombing Iran from 35,000 feet. Starmer says Britain's not involved. Britain is involved. We're providing the basis by which the bombardment takes place. Starmer belatedly stood up in Downing Street surrounded by Union flags to claim that it was not our war, as he said, and Britain was not involved, as he said. Well, I'm sorry, that is complete and utter nonsense. Britain is involved. RAF Fairford is being used as the base from which the US bombers take off. And also Diego Garcia is being used as a base for the bombers to take off. So if you provide somewhere for the bombs to be loaded onto the planes, to be dropped on the hospitals, the schools, the roads, the railways, and the factories and everything else in Iran, you are complicit. You are involved.
Yeah, but I thought maybe just to get this
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.